Welcome in, everybody. It is player section. Tavarres King, Knowshon, Moreno. Cheers, fellas. Cheers. It's
Yes.
another week of SEC football action has come and gone because we're going to recap week 10. We're going to move on to week 11. But fellas, how you doing this weekend? What's good? What's good in life? How's life out in Colorado, Knowshon?
It's snowy.
Oh, it
Had
is.
a
It started to hit out there.
had a couple sprinkles today, but this weekend's supposed to get warm again. Listen, TK had the sprinkles out there with the t-shirt. What you know about that? Though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Nothing. Not one thing.
hey, that's the beauty. You know, I shouldn't be letting the secrets out. Let me just. Yeah, it was horrible day here in Colorado with all the snow. So you know,
You don't want too many people there, huh? I feel you.
But it was good, man. Good day. I mean, ready to get into it. It's a big week, so you know.
For sure. Are you a guy that once it starts snowing like that, you hitting the ski slopes out there pretty frequently, or what?
Yeah, my daughter loves skiing. That's all she talks about around this time of year. Hey, when are we going up to the mountains? So we get up there. So yeah, we get up there. We get up to the mountains, get a little cabin, and do a little skiing.
Absolutely. TK, how you doing, my friend?
Solid. Good week for the dogs, obviously, this weekend. Solid little week, obviously. So excited about that. Excited about this weekend for sure. I think it's a big one. Got the lane train coming into town, but
you've been on the lane train for a while. This is like back-to-back weeks. Knowshon's team out, other than Georgia, and then your team other than Georgia coming into Athens.
Yeah. I like Lane's antics. I like his banter, his character, his Twitter presence, or his X presence, excuse me. So yeah, I like what he's about. And then obviously, his offensive play calling, and then his savviness and what he does on the field is special too. And then yeah, just that team in general, CLINCHED. We know that backfield special. I'm sure we'll get into that a little later. But yeah, man. On a personal note, everything's solid over here. You know what I'm saying? Just working on the golf swing, just trying to get that right. It ain't snowing. It ain't snowing, so I can get out there.
Oh no, I was just on that sim.
CT already wants to know what or wait, that wasn't CT. CT wants to know what resorts are you hitting up when you go skiing over there, Knowshon? What's the spots over there?
I forget the name of that, Jones, but it's one in Keith Breckenridge that we go to, and then one in Winter Park. I forget the name. I'll get the name for you though, CT.
Absolutely.
The name, but it's easy commit up to the mountain. They got the bus for you and everything. I love it. It's just real easy.
Perfect. Now, if you want to talk about them, about skiing, about SEC football, about whatever, you can tune in here in just a minute. We're going to drop the link here after we cover the bases of last week. We're going to recap last week, and then we're going to open it up for calls here. So make sure that you pay attention to that in the chat. Welcome in, everybody. We got Matt Peel in here with us. Of course, Diane and Tim are here. Thank you for tuning in. 007 Michigan.
Yeah.
He's mad about Alabama getting overrated and moving up in the playoff rankings over Texas. So that's something that we'll talk about a little bit. But first, guys, got to take care of a little business here. Guys, make sure if you're, whether it's NBA, college basketball, whatever's going on now, you can put a little something on it if you feel a little confident, with the wagering and get all your predictions and trends and all that. So make sure to hit up Bet Online, guys, as they are a sponsor here of the network of Southeastern 14. The last of the major pro sports with the NBA has tipped off, rolling, and college basketball is also ready to go. Bet Online remains your top spot for all your live betting action and contest, NFL, college football, UFC, NHL, which seems to go all year long, guys. I have no idea when the NHL season starts and when it stops. It seems like it goes all year, like NASCAR. It's in full swing. Bet Online is your number one source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions, all your hoops betting action, along with every sport available at your fingertips with both desktop and mobile access at any time. Head to Bet Online today and remember to use our promo code BLEAV for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet Online, where the game starts. Guys, where we're going to start is recapping last week. So what were your thoughts? And you can start on any of the games you want to. Of course, Alabama ended up smacking LSU after they smacked Jaden Daniels out of the game with that hit Dallas Turner. We got to talk about that. Missouri, comes in Athens, gives Georgia a challenge. Georgia ends up just being the deeper and more sound football team at the end of the day. And then, of course, Ole Miss got challenged by A&M, and A&M ends up losing their 9th straight road game, true road games. That's their 9th straight loss on the road. So, guys, what are your thoughts of this past weekend?
I mean, yeah, when you put it like that, some interesting stuff out there. Obviously, I think the biggest in the SEC probably being that Texas A&M. I mean, they just can't. They can't. They can't get it done out there. It's crazy. So yeah, I mean, you kind of wonder what's going on out there with them. Um, if anything will take place, obviously, because yeah, it's just rough. But let's start with what we need to start with. Let's give the people what they want. Let's talk about the dogs. I thought we offensively, I thought we played pretty well. I said it earlier in the week on another podcast, but I mean, the red zone, bro. I mean, the red zone is just a thing that is might catch us here in a little. Like if
They
we
did
don't
end
start.
up doing better
Yeah,
than they had in past weeks because they had 27 points in the red zone, but
I'm
there were
talking
some
about.
field goals there.
Yeah, I'm talking about touchdowns, brother. I'm talking
Yeah.
about getting touchdowns. I'm talking about touching paint. Um, yeah, I think that's gonna. I think that may be something that shoots us in the foot down the road if we don't get it fixed. I mean, we're very capable of obviously getting it fixed. It's just a few things here and there, a few miscues, but offensively, man, I thought we really looked good. I thought we really looked explosive. I thought a lot of guys got involved out wide, and it was impressive. It was impressive. Other than red zone, not
Knowshon,
TVs.
Your guy Kendall Milton, he looked like he ran pretty strong in this game. He brought the thunder a little bit.
Yeah, he's been getting better each and every week, and that's what you want to see with the team. I mean, you can criticize and critique and have a lot of lot to say about the team in the beginning of the season when everything is fresh and it's you got to get back into that football shape. So I understand it, but now, bro, it's we all tilt right now, right? So I'm happy to see that each and every week he's gotten better and he's getting a little more physical in that run game, and we're just taking advantage of those opportunities and those carries when we get them because it's not many. We rotate so many guys and. We have so many weapons on the outside. You got to get them the ball as well, right? So I'm just happy that the guys are taking advantage of each and every carry. I mean, trying to average 4 to 5 yards a carry and, keep the chains very manageable.
No doubt. Chris Taylor wants to know here, and CT's going to probably hop in here with us in a little bit once we finish recapping these games. But red zone, do you think it's a personal strengths and weaknesses of the players, or do you think it's Bobo's having trouble, figuring out what to call down there? What's y'all's thoughts on the red zone struggles, TK?
Yeah, I mean, I said it earlier. I think it's just a few missed opportunities. I don't think it's nothing like too drastic. I think it can get fixed. I think it will get fixed. But I think it's missed opportunity. I think he's doing a good job of calling plays down there. We're just missing, opportunities. And when I say missed opportunities, even explosives, like some of that we should just score on and not have to be in the red zone. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't think it's a lack of play calling. And I think we have all the strengths to get it done. I think that, I mean, a guy you guys just talked about, Kendall Milton, I think he needs to probably be bigger and stronger and tougher down there when we need, 3 or 4. And he has been doing that. So hopefully, like I said, it'll get fixed.
That's what it is, TK. I feel like, yeah, I agree with you. I don't think that the play calling was bad. I think we just got to say, you know what, bro? We going to run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to have to stop us, bro. Let's just run it in the red zone. You know what I mean? Get behind those big boys. Use the size of Kendall. Use the speed and quickness of a Dijon, bro, and just run the ball. Don't get so cute in the red zone when you want to have all these guys out wide and things of that nature. Sometimes you just got to run that thing, and the defense know you run it, and you got to be tougher. So I want to see that more in the red zone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, somebody that did run it pretty effectively was Cody Schrader for Mizzou. I mean, they brought the noise a little bit. They were physical in that game. As a resident Missouri fan here, Knowshon, what were your thoughts on the Tigers and their challenge to Georgia? They have Tennessee coming up this week, which we'll talk about later.
Exactly what I kind of expected. we could have gotten it out of hand if we wanted to, but it was a close game there, going to half 10-10 kind of game. And we talked about it before the game. Is like, which one do you want to give up, I guess, for big explosive plays? You want to get to Luther Burton, or do you want to give it to Cody and see what he could do on the ground? And I have a lot of faith in that run game and for them to stop the run game, right? So, yeah, we were able to, bottle up Luther Burton and Cast. And that run game was pretty solid. But that boy was running hard. You can't take none away from him. That boy was running physical. And you knew that was going to happen. So I'm just happy, we kept it on the wraps. We got the job done late in the game and, got a couple good picks, defensive stops that where we needed it, right? And we got the win. But I knew it was going to be a tough game versus them boys over there. And everyone's going to be ready to play them Georgia Bulldogs.
Well, also, too, you have a unique perspective on the stretch play, the outside zone play. You've ran that a lot. That's what they were having success on. You ran that a lot out in Denver when you did that kind of stuff. So tell people what makes that play so difficult to stop, especially one thing they were doing, Knowshon, they were doing it sometimes out of 10 personnel. They didn't have a tight end out there. They're going 4 wide and running the stretch. So tell us what kind of makes that stretch hard to stop.
Well, I mean, it's so unpredictable. You don't know where that ball is really going. Yeah, you have an aiming point at that for a running back. You got your aim point, but bro, you can take that thing wherever you want. You can take it outside. You can take it in between. You can take it backside if it's there. You feel me? So the linemen are blocking more so of a spot, more than a man, and just letting that running back just feel the flow of the defense and just pick it and hit it. And that's what he's good at. He's a little bowling ball, so he picked that thing and kind of get going. So. I mean, it was a decent game up front for the defense. You would like to see them cut that down a little bit, not have so big of a day on the ground. But I think it was something that the defense kind of needed leading into these tough games down in the stretch.
I mean, we talking about a back running that thing. Brady Cook was out there toting that pill a little bit too. So that's something that kind of worries me a little bit down the stretch here, because we got one this weekend that can run that thing. We got one the week after that can run that thing. Georgia Tech's guy been running up and down the field like crazy. Mobile quarterbacks. Why is it that we like? What you think that is? Why you think we struggle with mobile? I mean,
it just gives you an extra hat. You know what I'm saying? Like you have an extra blocker when you're doing design quarterback runs, and then when you're doing the drop back pass game from a coaching point of view. Okay, a defense, you're like, okay, we've got these gaps up front, and then we've got these assignments here where we're covering these receivers. You've got to either decide, okay, we're going to dedicate one less guy to the front, or we're going to dedicate one less guy to the back end in order to take care of that QB. And this is what they call a segue in the business, TK. Somebody who didn't do that at all was LSU, because Jalen Milroe ran all over LSU, 155, looking like a young Mike Vick out there on LSU.
That
boy looked like Bo Jackson out there.
I mean,
it was crazy. Super impressive performance.
What were y'all? I want both of y'all's takes on the hit. Dallas Turner hits Jaden Daniels right under the chin. Some people say dirty hit. Some people say that's just football, and football's gotten soft. What is y'all's thoughts on it?
I'm a number 2 kind of guy. I didn't think it was too bad. I didn't think it was too bad, but they make the rules, and it may be in the rules, the crown of the helmet type deal. So yeah, whatever.
Knowshon?
Yeah, I think it's a bang bang hit kind of thing. It happened so quickly that it's up to discussion of the refs at that point, right? But I don't think it was dirty. It's football, man. Guy was trying to make a play, and one guy got knocked out of the game. So it was what it was. I understood it. I can understand the controversy behind it, but at the same time, it's so bang bang.
Yeah, the thing about it is Lane Kiffin said, he's like, I don't mind physicality, but Lane Kiffin was talked about, he's not even playing either of these teams, right? He's already played them both, but he was saying if that's not targeting, with the rule, then what are we doing? That's what that was his point. He's like, how can that not be targeting? Because he said what that does is that allows other defensive players now going forward to say, oh, okay, I can do that. And that kind of stuff. So I see it. I see both points of view. I think, listen, I'm all for hard-nosed football, just like you guys are, but that's kind of a gray area to me.
And it's kind of strange when it's to a quarterback too, right? Usually they try to take care of the quarterback. You can't even lay a finger on them. You're like, penalty. It's just
that it wasn't called. You saying?
Yeah.
I agree.
That could have been like, if you do that in the NFL, you're getting like Roger Goodell's like, go ahead and burying you right there on the field, 6 feet under, like you're done.
That fine gonna be so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100K, right there. You get a big fine dropped on you for that. But guys, let's go ahead and I'm going to put in here. I'm going to drop the invite in here in the chat. If anybody wants to join in, just kind of wait in the lobby there. We'll let you in whenever we see you pop in here. But there, you'll see it right there popping up in the chat. There's the StreamYard link to come in. If anybody wants to come in and talk SEC football, we will right here. But guys, as we're waiting on people to come in, moving towards this week, there's two teams that we don't talk about a whole lot, but they're in the same situation. Arkansas and South Carolina. They both need to win out to make a bowl game. Arkansas and South Carolina both all have 3 home games remaining. Arkansas has Auburn, FIU, and Mizzou. South Carolina has Vandy, Kentucky, and Clemson. Who do you think has a better chance of winning out of those two?
Of winning out? Who got the better chance? I have to say Arkansas.
Yeah, even though that Mizzou game is going to be tough.
Yeah, tripping, man.
I knew I was going to ruffle some feathers in here, but I don't know. Mizzou. The Mizzou is the scariest one,
and it's at.
No, they're all at home. Arkansas gets all 3 at home.
I thought it was that. Okay. Still, I don't give a damn.
I don't even know if I like South Carolina over Clemson, and they playing like horrible.
They just had a big game. I thought they just played someone that played pretty well.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Arkansas.
Who do you think needs it worse? Do you think Pit Boss or do you think Shane Beamer needs it worse to finish stronger?
Oh my goodness.
I think Pit Boss needs it. They kind of been talking about Pit Boss all year ever since ever since they've been playing bad. They've had a rough year. I think that'd be kind of a good way to go out, to go bowling for that team. Yeah, I would say Pit Boss, and then Shane Beamer on the other side of that. They just had like they just had an okay year last year. You know what I'm saying? End of the year, okay. So I think he'll be all right for another year.
I think Arkansas will probably need it more for Pit Boss. Just the expectation that we had for the Arkansas team. I feel like they needed more. We didn't have such a big expectation for South Carolina. But I think South Carolina has a better chance of winning out. I mean, they got Vandy, Kentucky, and Clemson. I mean, even though I'm not so high on Kentucky at all, I think that could be a shootout.
What Knowshon's saying is the Razorbacks ain't got nothing for them Mizzou Tigers, is what he's saying right there. He's saying they ain't got nothing for them.
The boys, listen, bro, they've been playing so well, even in the loss to a Georgia Bulldog, playing that well straight down the stretch, man, and making the Bulldogs work for it. You can take positive off the losses as well, and then that's a big game that they played. They lost to. They see Arkansas team. They're right. We ain't gonna slip up, bro. We ain't playing no game.
Yeah. Well, somebody we always have big expectations for. Eddie from Ackworth. He joins us. We'll get to you next, Andy. But Eddie, how you doing, man?
Hey boys, how are y'all tonight? Y'all doing well?
Man, out here chilling. What's cracking?
Good. Hey, just a quick comment on last week's game, and then I'll get to this week's game. So I'll take y'all back to 2009 when Nick Saban won his first national title with Alabama. Y'all remember this well, I'm sure. When Terrence Cody, that fat butt, blocked that kick against Tennessee, right? And he ripped his helmet off, ran off the field. Mm-hmm. And I remember watching that as a Georgia fan, Knowshon. You were there. And Terrence, and I know you remember this well too, Tavarres. They won the national championship, and that was their moment. And I was sitting there going, when is our moment? When is our moment as Georgia Bulldogs? And I'm telling you, I think right now, Nazir Stackhouse this weekend with that interception, that was our Terrence Cody moment. I really believe that. I think that was a fantastic play. That saved the game, could have saved our season, right? That was a huge play. So on to this game right here, this coming up weekend. I got 2 questions for y'all. You'll love this, Tavarres. Mm-hmm. First of all, who would y'all rather have right now? I'm talking about right now as your wide receiver, Luther Burden or Ladd McConkey? That's the first question. Okay. All right. That's the first question. The second question is Jamon Dumas-Johnson. That to me is a concern. Okay. It's a concern because he's the quarterback of the defense. But do you think, no problem, CJ Allen steps in, even though he's a freshman, he steps right into that role and takes it over, and the defense is going to be fine? What do y'all think about that?
Question 1. Going with my heart, I would have to go with Ladd. That's our guy. But Luther Burden is just so special. I would have to. I'd be a damn fool. To
I'm saying right now, though, TK, right now. I'm not talking about preseason, before the season and all the hype and all that kind of stuff. Right now.
Go ahead, Knowshon. What do you think?
Yeah. All right, I'll let TK think because I mean, listen, man, I don't know. I'm gonna go with that boy Ladd. I mean, I just love the way that he does it throughout in that slot, the way he's catching that ball. But not only that, bro, I love his mentality, his attitude, bro. He got that fire to him, that dog that I think I love about him. You know what I mean? He's always hyped. He gets up after a play. He's like, let's get it. Throw it back to me, coach. Throw it back to me. I don't know. I guess I haven't watched Luther that closely. You feel me? But I'm just gonna have to go Ladd, baby. I'm gonna have to go Ladd. But I do love Luther's size, man. I think at the next level, he's gonna be crazy.
His size is fantastic.
Yeah.
TK.
Yeah.
No doubt. And Eddie, we're gonna let him answer this question, but we're gonna let you go because we got people stacked up in here. But thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Listen, so his other question was, all right, so Jamon Dumas-Johnson goes down. How do you feel about CJ Allen and all those guys, the young freshmen stepping in at linebacker? And then we're going to we've got Robert, Matt, and Chris. Y'all don't go anywhere. We're going to have you on here soon. So appreciate you guys being on. And then we're going to have Andy next. But what do you think, losing a linebacker or having to play freshman behind him?
And I want to hear what you got to say.
Yeah. Blaine, what you think?
Yeah, Blaine.
Yeah,
like you don't hear it.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be tough because as Eddie said, it's the quarterback of the defense. There's a lot of communication that Jamon Dumas-Johnson does, that Pop does. He does so much for our defense. So, but I think the back end of our defense is the strength of it, and there's a lot of communication there that you can relay down and get things done between JB and Malachi. I think that we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine.
Well, let me tell you something. As LA Knight says, let me talk to you. All right. Because right here, what we're going to tell you is Jamon Dumas-Johnson is a great football player, and he's experienced. He's got that leadership. He knows the defense in and out. But Raylan Wilson is on a different level athletically than either CJ Allen or Jamon Dumas-Johnson, maybe even Ismail Munden. He's the most athletic guy that Georgia signed in a long time. I'm telling you, like, he is a freak, like future first round draft pick, and he hasn't even really played a whole lot this year. He got 14 snaps there in that Missouri game. Mm-hmm. He's gonna make some mistakes because he's young and wild and ready to go. But he's gonna be out there flying. I mean, you watch number 5, watch old Cinco Saturday. He's gonna be out there flying. So I think they got a little bit more athletic. We're gonna welcome in Andy Stowe here, man. Andy, how you doing?
What's up? How's it going, guys?
What they do?
Okay,
and hold on before you go, Andy. I wanted to tell Robert and Matt and CT, you're next. Okay, so stay on the line. Here we go. Go, Andy.
Okay, well, one to Eddie's question about Ladd McConkey versus Luther Burden. Burden's got 958 yards already.
Yeah, he's out there.
I was gonna say I don't want to take anybody off, but I'm taking Luther Burden every day and twice on Sunday. That's all I'm saying.
I love Ladd. Ladd McConkey's that guy.
I get it, but you got to think about Carson got to spread that thing around as well, though. I mean, they only got like 2 receivers over there.
2 guys. Yeah, Theo Reese and Luther Burden. But
hey, man, listen.
You wouldn't been saying that if Luther Burden had picked Georgia at the Boys and Girls Club in St. Louis 2 years ago instead of Missouri.
Listen, the kid different, bro. But they both different. Everything you said about Vlad is true, bro. He is a phenomenal receiver.
He's that guy. He's different.
Like,
I mean, he's quick. He can cut on a dime. I mean, he's that guy's something else.
Yeah.
Okay, well, but my question for y'all is, y'all were talking about what Georgia has to do to stop Jackson Dart from running around. How do you put a spy on them when they have 3 wide receivers that's already over 600 yards?
Yeah,
How do you have a spy and still cover guys? How do you do that?
With an N?
Bro, listen, I don't know what they're going to do.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah, could be with it.
You're going to have to mix it up, right, guys?
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to have to do a little mixture of all. Send a little pressure, have a spy on them here and there, or just hope, that your front guys can get some pressure on them. We haven't been that good at getting, guys down on the ground as a defense, but we'll be getting a little bit of pressure on them. But the guys are just going to have to make plays, man. When he does keep them contained in the pocket, and if he does scramble out, make some of those shoestring tackles that you see guys make. So I think it'll be a tough, man. You make a big point, man. 3 big receivers and a good running back and a running quarterback.
And he didn't run last week, and he's already got close to 400 yards. So he didn't even run last week. I think it was 3 for 8 yards. So yeah. I'm worried about Jackson Dart. So.
I think
it's the best offense that we've gone against so far.
Yeah,
I keep on telling you.
Andy, we appreciate. We're getting stacked up here, buddy. I got to
get them on. Get them on.
That boy
Robert next. Thanks, man.
Up.
All right, here we go. Robert, welcome in, Robert.
Hey, how y'all doing, y'all?
Robert, what's cracking?
Hey, man, I just have to say, like I was just talking about, Ole Miss is they've got all the tools on offense to make it to really make it a high scoring close game. Yeah. I think the only question comes in whether the Ole Miss defense can put pressure on Beck. I mean, to me, that's the whole key to the game. If Beck gets uncomfortable, we could have an upset, or at the very least, a close game.
Yeah, and I think
I agree.
I feel like they've been. I mean, they're second in sacks. So I mean, that's not all what their front four. They send a lot of blitzes as well, right? So we're gonna have to get our hots together and make sure we got that going. And guys are gonna have to make plays in tight coverage. Damn, it was something else you mentioned. I was gonna say, but yeah, man, it's gonna be a crazy little match. It's gonna be a tight one.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could get out of hand for Ole Miss if they don't put the pressure on Beck. He's got, he's got that mental stability, I think. But on the other side of the coin, I still think Ole Miss is going to put up points regardless.
Yeah. I agree with you, Robert. I think it's going to be a high scoring game for sure. I think I agree with Andy too. Like a key to the game is kind of shutting down Jackson Dart's legs. But like you said, their defense is just kind of subpar. So if we can, I mean, we're gonna score points too. Yeah. So I think it's a battle of the offenses, obviously.
When it came down to it against LSU, Ole Miss did step up. They stepped up late that last week with the block kick. They seem to step up in moments. Can that happen again? I don't know.
Yeah, no doubt, Robert. Hey, we appreciate you tuning in, buddy. We got to get to the other.
Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate you, man.
We appreciate you, man.
Listen,
hey.
Man.
He's got a great point. They do have pressure, but I do want to clarify a little bit on the pressure. Knowshon, you're absolutely right at the second sacks, but when you dwindle it down to conference opponents, okay, Ole Miss has 21 sacks. Georgia has 17 sacks. And so all those non-conference games that Georgia played against teams that, they didn't send any pressure. They didn't do anything, and those teams were getting the ball. So Georgia has 2 sacks outside of conference play. They have 17 during conference play. So it's really not that different in the disparity there. And the other thing I'd like to say is Ole Miss gave up 35 points to Texas A&M. All right. So moving on. Here's Matt Pill in here with us. How you doing, Matt?
Matt P, what it do?
What's up, TK?
That boy looking fresh, coach.
Yeah, Matt P fresh, man.
We got the Hawks. The Hawks like old school jacket on. I love it.
This is the one team in Atlanta with a winning record, so we got to represent.
Yeah. You got
to.
Shout out to Chris Taylor for blowing up the brother-in-law chat. Make sure we're always on time to hang out here. So CT, you're the man.
Yes, sir.
One question. One, really need Tennessee or Mizzou to beat up on Tennessee this weekend, just to get them a little bit off their high horse when we get to Knoxville. And the question is, playing weatherman a little bit, if the rain is coming in like we think it might for the weekend, does that help Georgia potentially on the run side? Does it hurt Ole Miss trying to fly through the air? What does that look like?
I mean,
yeah, no, we appreciate that, Matt. We're gonna let you hang up and listen, but I appreciate you tuning in. We're gonna answer those questions for you here, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, guys, what do you think? What do you think the weather? If it is rainy, it's like a 57% chance of rain. Last time I checked in Athens on Saturday. What do you think? Who does that benefit more, Georgia or Ole Miss?
Everybody practicing in the rain. But I mean, I would think it would benefit the Dogs, with them having 6 or 3 receivers over 600 yards already. I would think that that kind of plays into our favor a little bit. But they do have a guy by the name of Quinshon Judkins in that backfield that was super special last year. Hadn't quite had the year I'm sure he's wanting to have this year, but extremely capable, obviously. So it could turn into one of those kind of games. But I still don't, like I said, everybody practiced in the rain. So
does that bring into effect any more with it raining? So just one added element, Knowshon. Okay, so it's raining hard on me. I'm on the road. Let's say it's raining hard, it's cold, and I've got crowd noise. Does that make it even harder for the road team's offense to operate a little bit?
Not necessarily, man. It's fun, bro. It makes you almost focus more. You know what I mean? It's just a part of the game. You know what I mean? The elements. You love the different elements, but unless you're playing on some kind of mud or something like that, like I used to play in high school. We used to play it. It was called the swamp, bro. It was all mud, and on a rainy day, it was going to be a great day on the ground. So, I mean, you would think that the guys would run the ball a little bit, and that would kind of favor maybe Ole Miss just because of that running that backfield pretty much. I mean, we got a backfield as well too, right? It ain't going to be super muddy. It's going to be all right. The elements for this game, it is what it is, and I think some guys are going to make some plays. So.
Well, my thought is if it becomes a slog, and we're about to bring CT in here, but if it becomes a slog, like it's, the footing's bad and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Well, I think what it's going to come down to is who's got the beef up front, and I think Georgia's better because you're going to be depending on more movement. So I think it could lend its way toward Georgia if that happens. But listen, Quinshon, if Quinshon makes somebody miss and they slip on that turf, then he's gone. So it is what it is. It could work both ways. CT, what do you think, man?
Hey, well, I think the thing that I look at more so than the precipitation, and good question. I had the same question Matt did, but is the wind. The wind, I think, probably impacts the game sooner than the rain does. Yeah. But it's always a question of whether is advantage defense or offense. But the offense, I guess, knows where they're going, and the defense just has to respond. But my question for you guys is this: just a little bit more for fun, but in honor of Nazir, if you got to, we're all, we got QB, we got running back, we got wide out. So if you got to switch to the other side of the ball, and you had the body type for it, what position would you want to be on the defensive side of the ball?
Oh man,
he played corner.
Boy, I'm shutting it down. Hey,
excuse me.
Shutting it. I'm talking shutting it down, boy. I'm talking the boys would get off the line. Look at these arms, boy. You ain't going nowhere, boy. Hey, I'm telling you, I've been at that thing like Sauce Gardner, but I ain't hitting.
And doing this too the whole time. Doing that.
Yeah, I ain't definitely talking.
I ain't hitting nothing though. We biting ankles.
Yeah, he's doing that diving at the shins there over there.
He's biting ankles.
Nah, you should.
What position you playing, Knowshon?
Nah, CT, you should have picked what positions we play. But me, I'm playing safety, baby. Free safety. I'm playing free safety, baby. I'm roaming. I want to get out there roaming. I want to come downhill, smack a couple people.
See, that's the thing. That's why we gonna play action, hit you over the head, because you trying to hit.
I might have been susceptible to a couple of those, but once I say, okay, let me calm down. Let me calm down back here. He ain't going over the top no more.
I always think somebody like Nolan Smith's got it. I mean, that guy pins him back and runs out to the goal. He's got one job, and that is to get to the guy with the ball. Yeah. I mean, I mean, you drop into coverage, maybe end up with a pick six like Nazir does, and do your thing. But those rush ends, I'm like, man, dude, they get to just go hard for 2 seconds and then they get there.
That's probably the most fire position, probably though. If you had the size to play,
pin their ears
Right.
back. Yeah,
the end.
yeah.
I mean,
I
those
think
stretches ain't easy though.
No,
I think one of the most fun positions to play in Georgia's defense would be that star position like Ty Key plays, because you get to be part linebacker, part corner, part safety. You get to blitz sometimes. I mean, you get to do all this kind of stuff, and that's a whole lot of fun out there. So that would be
they wouldn't even throw to my side ever.
Word.
Just tell
he's saying in the corner they wouldn't even let him in. It's not going to look right on the screen here, but I'm going to see if I can add Alex in, because I got to have Alex and CT here on the same time. No, I can't add him in like that. Let me put him in like this. There we go.
Hey,
There we go. We
yeah.
got all 5 of them in here. What's up, Alex
Let's
and CT?
go.
Got to have them on here at the same time. How you doing, Unc?
Finding you all. Appreciate that, Blaine. Production.
Production is
hard.
working hard.
Stepping it
Help
up.
me out. Help me out with production. Turn that phone sideways, like The Rock said. Turn that SOB sideways.
Hang on.
There we go.
Yeah.
There he is.
All right.
He's filling it out now. How you doing?
Back there.
There we go. Hey, I had a quick sidebar question for y'all. I know earlier you guys talked about the pressure on Pittman and Beamer, but what about Jimbo following that loss at Ole Miss?
Man,
What's the price of oil today per barrel?
Blaine, from what I've heard though, they make it sound like for all the talk about A&M having the supposed money they have, they don't have the money that everyone thinks they have to pay him his buyout.
The Jimbo.
Oh, I know. That's why I said
that's
the
the
oil's
issue.
gonna be high.
Well, and see, and it's not even just his buyout, but also as everyone talks about the money that you have to spend to hire someone to replace him.
And all the coaches, all the buyouts of the coaches underneath.
Yeah, I was about to say, and the staff.
Yeah,
that's nuts. What's the what? Wait,
you're talking about
what's the buyout, bro? What is his buyout?
76 million. So right now, so you're talking about you add all the staff members and everything like that, and then you pay somebody else. You're talking about a probably $125 million move you're making there.
Yeah. Jimbo got Texas A&M in gunpoint, bro. He got them bucks.
Yes, he does.
He got them bucks.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Jimbo money, man. You know how much these schools is making. Come on.
Yeah, and a little nugget about Jimbo. One of his sons just committed to Sanford he's a place kicker. So at the very least, at least somebody going to school for free, saving Jimbo some money.
I'm sorry, I can't give it to him. He's a kicker going to Sanford. No, that's good. Hey, kickers are people too. We learned that. Peyton Woodring. I might have been
one of them too.
Yeah. So Knowshon saying he could be a corner, he could be a kicker, he could do it all.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like Bugs Bunny. He's gonna throw it to himself, go catch it, do all that stuff over there.
If you that guy, you that guy.
Hey man, listen, bro. This is the best offense that this Georgia defense have seen thus far. No, what you think?
Yes, and like I know y'all talked about the weather, and that just means more production, hopefully for Quinshon, and then the weather and all the crowd, all that comes into play only if the opponent is struggling. If the opponent is having some success, then that kind of neutralizes the crowd effect to a certain extent, obviously until crunch time and key third down, fourth downs, because Lane's gonna be all analytical.
Have something.
At some point, he's gonna go for it on fourth down.
Yeah, he's gonna have something up his sleeve.
Yeah,
but I mean, this is maybe one of those games that you watched that Alabama game. I mean, they were only able to score 10 points in that game. I know it was early in the season, but they were doing something right in that game. So they got that tape on, watching that one closely.
They wasn't even running them. They wasn't even running old boy like that at that point, though. Really.
Well, I think
all their playmakers were coming back literally off of surgery, like early that game.
I wonder if
Trey Harris, Priest-Corn. Yeah, it was all those guys. Here, I'm going to ask a question to all four of y'all. I want you just to give me a yes or no. Don't overthink it. I want you to give me a yes or no. All right, we're speaking of that Ole Miss and Alabama game. Right now, do you think Georgia's defense is better than Alabama's defense?
Ooh.
Give us a countdown.
yes or
Give
no.
us a countdown. We all gotta say it. Give us a countdown. We all gotta say yes or no
All
at
right.
the same time.
Well, we got to hear them. I'm gonna point.
Well,
I'm gonna just point somebody
I'm
out and
listening.
and you tell me. CT, yes or no?
Yes.
Unk,
No.
TK,
No, not right now.
Knowshon.
Yeah, I'm right with him. I want to say no, but I don't know why. I'm like, damn, they're right there. Someone's talking. I'm gonna say no.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, I mean, I would have to. I would almost have to go. I would almost have to go push on that one, especially
only because of the upfront stuff. I think.
So you think they're better because of Dallas Turner and better because of Chris Braswell on the other side? Do you think that's the difference right there, setting the edge type deal, rushing the passer a little bit?
Yeah, they create havoc, bro. I would like to see like the havoc. Yeah, do we have that? Like
I can get the havoc rate for you.
Yeah, I'd like to see that.
So let me say this. So here's why I would say yes. I would say yes because mine's you know, kind of speculative, but it's you see Dumas Johnson go down and we'll find out what we got in Raylan Wilson, and I think that's the value of Georgia's defense. I think Georgia has gone deeper and they're better farther down the roster than most other teams, and I would probably say that, you know, maybe on the field between the whistles is one thing, but injuries are realities, and you have to be ready to respond. And I think Georgia's probably prepared to put, you know, the next guy in there as well or better than anybody. And, you know, kind of coming down the stretch for us, we're talking about, you know, facing the best offense we've faced. I feel like we've been saying that for the last, you know, few weeks. It's like you keep meeting up with an opponent that's like, oh, well, are we gonna be able to do this week? You know, it was, you had even though Florida was in your ear, and then, you know, Missouri obviously was warranted, and same with Ole Miss. They're a potent offense, and you have to be ready. But when you ask the question of are we ready, I think the answer to me is you're too deep is prepared for what's coming. So good question. But
All right, you ready? You ready for the analytics? And by the way, CT is angling for Claude Felton's job to be Kirby's new PR guy. is what's happening there. He's going to take Claude's job after he leaves. That's what he's doing right there.
Hey man, call that dude, man. Shout out Claude Felton, bro.
Claude just texted me. I was supposed to do something.
Claude, he said I was supposed to do something. Yo, I do it, Claude.
In the words of who was it yesterday that said if Kirby called me tomorrow, Hines Ward. He's like, if Kirby called me tomorrow, I'd take the job no matter what I'm doing. I'm like, if they call me tomorrow, I'm there. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Here it is. All right, so here's the comparisons. Alabama's havoc percentage. They create havoc. That's, keep in mind, sacks, tackles for a loss, tip balls, turnovers, 17.9% of the time this year. Georgia creating havoc 18.2% of the time this year. So Georgia creating it a little bit more than Alabama on that side of things. When it comes down to defensive line yards, meaning how many yards your defensive line gives up on average on a run play, Georgia gives up 2.83 yards. Their defensive line is attributed to. Alabama is giving up 3.15 defensive line yards. So Georgia has been more stout across the defensive run in terms of the metrics. And then also defensive stuff rate, meaning on run plays, the percentage of times you have stopped a run play either for 0 or negative yards, 13.3% of the time for Alabama. For Georgia, the defensive stuff rate, let me find it here. The defensive stuff rate, 22.8% of the time. So by the numbers, Georgia is the better defense than Alabama.
Hey, Blaine, also with the numbers you just read off, that is including the respective games last weekend for both Georgia and Alabama. Okay.
Yeah, that's through week 10. there on all that kind of stuff. So that, yeah, but hey, that is against an LSU offense. So, you know, that has to be taken into account. That did hurt them a little bit. Here's the other one for Georgia. Okay. Defensive points per opportunity, per scoring opportunity. What they consider for a scoring opportunity is when a team gets inside of your 40-yard line as a defense. What do they come away with? Georgia is averaging anytime somebody gets inside of their 40, they are averaging 3.72 points per possession on that. Alabama is averaging giving up 3.6. So there we talk about the red zone struggles Georgia's had a little bit on defense. When people get deeper into Georgia's territory, they have allowed touchdowns a bigger percentage of the time than Alabama has in that. So there, it's kind of, like I said, it's 6 in one hand, half dozen other. They're very close on some things, but guys, I always love talking about it. I appreciate both of you coming on. We're about to land the plane here.
All right. Appreciate you.
Man, good stuff. I mean,
hey, thank you guys. As always, those are the OGs. Those are the OGs. So we give them more time on here. They've earned it for years supporting us on here. Thank you guys. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So that is CT and
Unk. Try to give us those numbers
have,
like it's going to change my. I get the numbers, man, but there's a lot of factors that come into when you talk about them numbers, man. First couple games of the season, we ain't playing nobody. All right, so listen, Alabama's schedule is way tougher than ours. I feel like. So don't be giving me no numbers, but I do love to hear those numbers though. Still,
don't be giving me no numbers.
Don't be giving those. I do like to hear them. But at the end of the day, bro, because listen, I was very critical of the Bulldogs in the beginning of the season, man, even toward the middle. But now we're getting toward the end, bro. Playoffs is right around the corner. There's a lot of talk in the air about the top 4 teams, about this Georgia team, and it's starting to piss me off. And I know the players, and I know Kirby's gonna use this for fuel. That they don't think we nobody, bro. You know what I mean? They don't think that we got what it takes to three-peat. You know what I'm saying? So you know them Bulldogs got to use that as some kind of motivation, bro. Because it's starting to piss me off hearing all this talk. Okay, yeah, we didn't play that many great teams, and it doesn't look as impressive as some of these other teams, or as impressive as it did last year. But I think these boys are gonna be ready, man. They're gonna surprise some people. And I can't wait for them to just smack everybody.
It'd be tripping me out that people would be like, y'all ain't play nobody. Well, are y'all somebody?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you can say the same thing about the Ohio States and Michigans. You can say the same thing about them. I understand.
Georgia can't play itself is my point. You know, you can't put Georgia on the schedule if you're Georgia. So who are you gonna? You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to do.
So this is gonna mean a lot, man. A game like this next one coming up, bro. For real.
If Georgia wins, they clinch the East, and by virtue of them winning, Alabama with Ole Miss's loss would also clinch the West. You know, nothing really crazy to debate or talk about there, but I want to get y'all's point of view at guys who played in the division era here of the SEC. Are you going to miss divisions going forward?
Yes, I'm not necessarily gonna miss it. I mean, you know, they're bringing a little more excitement to I guess the platform with the 12 teams if they bring it up to 12-team playoffs. So maybe we see a couple SEC teams in the playoffs. That would be nice, right? And I wonder how that's going to work too. Like, how do you pick teams?
You just take the best 2 teams. Like you
take
the top 2 off of tiebreakers head to head, you know, and then there's other tiebreakers that go down the line. Yeah. But you just take the best 2 records and then tiebreakers after that for the SEC championship.
So you think you can only see 2 in the top 12 teams to make the playoffs? I feel like, bro.
I think you could see in a given year. I think you could see 4 SEC teams make the playoff, 3 or 4. Yeah. But what I'm saying is for the SEC championship, are you guys going to miss it no longer being SEC East versus SEC West? Are you going to kind of miss that notion?
No, we just SEC now. Maybe we us. Yeah, us against them.
Us versus everybody. But no, I mean, obviously that had some flair to it. Just SEC East, SEC West. But I think like as Knowshon was saying, this is new. It's going to be fun. It'll be different. So yeah, I think it'll be all right.
So let's hit these games that we're going to be on real quick. I'll go ahead and put them up. Some of these spreads have changed a little bit since it started, but let's start with your thoughts and your pick for each game. We've already kind of talked about this one. Start off, it's Georgia minus 10.5, 11, 10, wherever you see it, 7 o'clock at home, over under 58. Lane's offense versus Kirby's defense. What's your thoughts? Who's your pick?
58. Yeah, TK.
45, 47.
Say what? Oh, no, okay.
Nah, let's go. I'm gonna go dogs. 38, 20. Oh, no, 38, 31. Ooh.
38-31. Tight win in Athens. Knowshon, what you got?
Yeah, I'm up there as well. I want to go something around. Man, shit, let's get smacking in the blood, bro. I mean, let's go. Yeah, let's go 42, 27. Well, 42-21, bro. I think I'm only gonna show 21. 42-21, bro. Let's put some points on Georgia.
I got Georgia 38-27. I said last week with our man Charles, who by the way, Charles didn't come back after Missouri lost, and I thought he would have came back, but
damn it, Charles.
He didn't come back. But I told Charles all week I would have set that spread, and you guys remember I would have set that spread with Missouri at 8.5. It ended up being a 9-point game. I think this one is about right at 10 and 11 because I just think, yes, Ole Miss is going to get their points and they're going to get their yards. They're going to move the ball, but they are not going to consistently be able to stop Georgia's offense. I think they're going to make a lot of plays is Georgia offensively. Let's talk about this one here. Tennessee. It's a pick'em. It was a pick'em at the beginning. Now Tennessee has become a 1.5-point favorite on the road at Mizzou. That has a lot with Missouri haven't played Georgia, and also the question of Luther Burden's ankle. Is he going to be able to play? He tweaked it in that Georgia game. So what are you guys' thoughts on Tennessee versus Missouri? Who wins and why?
Give me
man, this is so tough. I mean,
give me
Luther ain't gonna be there. Is Luther playing or is he not playing? I need to know.
Give me the Vols.
Yeah, I mean, I know. Where's this? Oh, and it's at
it's at Missouri.
Give me the Vols in this one, brother.
I thought you just told me a second ago that what was that different team we were talking about?
That was Arkansas that I was talking about.
Okay, Tennessee. Okay, Tennessee.
Yeah, give me the Vols.
You taking the Vols, bro?
Sorry.
Oh man, this is so tough, bro. Let's go Missouri. Come on. I think Missouri.
Can we get a stake on it?
You want a stake on it?
I'm asking. Get a stake on it, bro. You that confident?
Do I get the points too? Come on, shit.
No, ain't no point. 1 point.
1 point.
1 point. Yeah, you get the point.
I might need it
because they either gonna win or they're not.
Might need it. Yeah, I'm gonna go Missouri in this one. I think they're gonna score about. I think it's gonna be a 28-31 kind of game.
Yeah, I like Tennessee here, and the reason I like Tennessee here is because I think Georgia has a propensity to beat people multiple weeks. They kind of break people a little bit, and I think they might have broke Missouri's spirit a little bit after that one. Missouri put a lot into that one.
No spirit broken.
So that's what I'm saying. I think they did that one there. This one's an intriguing one to me. Auburn, Arkansas. We talked about Arkansas needing to win out. Hugh Freeze also, guys. If Hugh Freeze wins out, he will have won 8 games in his first year at Auburn. So both teams a lot to play for here. Arkansas went down to the Swamp and beat the Gators after they fired their OC. They scored 39 the first week after. So what's your thoughts?
I mean, obviously that's impressive. Obviously this guy has a lot of continuity with the players. So you can kind of see that. Man, shit, he was dialing that shit up versus them boys. So it was cool. 39 is a lot after not scoring 39 all season.
So who do you think takes it, Arkansas or Auburn? It's at Arkansas.
Oh, Hugh Freeze. Give me Arkansas. We rolling with Arkansas. I said they're gonna win out.
Yeah, there you go. The OC gave him life. Knowshon, what do you say?
Nah. They disappointed me way too many times this season, and that that happens, bro. You saw that happen with the Raiders. They fired Josh McDaniels. They go out there and win a game. It happens all the time. Last year,
shout out AP.
Yeah, for sure. Last year, the Broncos fired, Nate Hackett, whatever. we went out there and won the game. It happens after, you get that boost of energy, this newness in the air, and you kind of go out there and play free. I think they come back down to earth after this one, Auburn.
Auburn. All right. So you think Auburn wins? Andy Stowe wants us all to meet up for a steak when we're in town. So I'd say we do something like that. We go find.
Hey, we're gonna take you up on that one, Coach.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good steakhouses out there.
Absolutely. That'd be a good one. I'm gonna go with the better quarterback in this matchup. I don't think Peyton Thorne will play worth a darn on the road. I'm gonna give Arkansas that one. Here's one. I bet I'll be a little bit different than y'all for different reasons. Alabama 11-point favorite at Kentucky. Early kick. Is Alabama gonna have a little sleep in their eyes after?
That's what you hoping.
After that performance, or what's going to be the case with the Crimson Tide going to Kroger Field?
Quite the opposite, my man. That boy Juice. He's probably played the game of his life. He's trying to see if he can replicate, and they letting him do it. You know what I'm saying, with his legs. They're loving that he's doing it with his legs. That's not foreign to him at all. So, yeah, I'm give me Alabama by more than 11.
Yeah, more than 11. That's what you got.
No confidence still in them boys over there in Kentucky, man. Gotta go Bama, bro. They on a mission right now. Defense is starting to play well, like you said. That QB out there balling.
Alex Page said Saban likes to do his grocery shopping early. It's at Kroger Field. Love it.
It's an Instacart.
Alabama, and you going who?
Oh, I'm going Alabama, but I think it's going to be a 4-quarter game. I think Kentucky's going to take them to the limit.
What's the halftime score?
The halftime score? I think you'll see Alabama winning like 17-14 at halftime.
Gee.
Just 3?
Yeah.
I'll take that. That.
Steak toast?
I'll take that.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think
that won't be full.
Diaz.
Here's why I think this. Here's why I think this. Devin Leary's finally in the last 2 games that he's went out, and he's finally started to play like the Devin Leary that we thought would be there.
Every episode, I wait on him to say something crazy.
Come on, I know it's over.
This isn't crazy. I'm not picking him. I'm not picking him to win. I'm picking him to play well at home. And I here's what I trust. I trust Mark Stoops and Brad White to have a plan to not let Jalen Milroe beat him. They're gonna make somebody else beat him. They're not gonna do what LSU did and just play too deep man and not put a spy on him, or they're going to play, man coverage with no spy on him or all that kind of stuff. I mean, they're going to have a plan for Jalen Milroe, and I think it's going to be tough on the road after what was a physical game versus LSU to go on the road and face a physical Kentucky team. So I think it'll be a close game.
3 points. I got you.
Yeah. Well, hey guys, listen, we love having fun on this show. The call-in show is always great. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. For my guys, Knowshon, Moreno, Tavarres, King, I'm Blaine Gilmer. Make sure to check out Bet Online. Remember, we're presented by Bet Online. You can check out all that in the description. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Be a friend, tell everybody to be here with us on Wednesday nights. Thank you so much, and we will catch you guys next time right here on Southeastern 14.